Last time, on Star Heights Academy, the students of Class 1B began studying and training for their midterms mere weeks before the end of the semester. After being riled up by Priscilla, Lily accepted her invitation to spar in the dome, live for the student body to see. However, a lingering cough and images of Dey'ja in pursuit ultimately turned the catfight into a fight for their lives. After being grabbed by the Dey'ja, Lily, your vision went black, your body cold. An incessant ringing fills your ears, and a deafening headache clouds your thoughts. You fade in and out of consciousness. Your vision is blurry whenever you open your eyes. Unable to form any words, you see Priscilla desperate to wake you up. Her voice is muffled, as if shouting to you from miles away. "What the hell was that? Lily! Don't you die on me, you bitch!" Then, you black out again, unable to struggle against it anymore. Meanwhile, in a different scene with a different tone, Terry is hard at work in the biology lab. You've come to make some progress with new applications for your power, and Lawrence stands by ready to help, or possibly hinder, the process. So, what are you even trying to do?
Oh, um, well, first things first is I do need more fear slime. And then I was thinking of okay, give me a second. It's incredibly loud.
Oh, you're good.
Why is Chrome like this? There we go. Okay. Well, yeah, need more fear slime. And then I was thinking to myself, I've been in a lot of situations where just making people afraid hasn't exactly been the best solution. And I was like, well, that's kind of my whole bit. I kind of just, make people deathly afraid with my gas. However, there are other, toxins in this world that paralyze people, make them pass out, make them laugh. And I was wondering, I don't really think anyone can tell the difference with regards to gases. So I was wondering if I could mix some in. So I was going to try and do that.
Huh.
Oh, and then at some point I was going to incorporate... Well, remember when I asked you, not when we first met, I think it was like when you made those funny little monsters in the lab, what would have happened if I gave you some of my fear toxin and you kind of incorporated that into magic? Still got to do that at some point.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, that'll probably be, crazy.
Exactly.
Well,
I don't know if I want to do that today or put it on the back burner, but I'll decide.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're wanting to have this kind of stuff ready by, midterms. I mean, I'm kind of just experimenting with stuff every day. I don't know, I mean, because you're talking really broad, I mean, is there, something specific you're trying to put together today, or...
Oh, with regard to me mixing in other poisons into my fear toxin, I was thinking of nerve toxin. So actually, yes, I'm quite specific on that one.
Oh, okay.
But with regards to mixing magic in, well, I can't exactly say I'm well versed in magic. Kind of broad in itself.
Yeah.
I was kind of just gonna give you some fear. I'm gonna call it fear essence, and just gonna kind of mix that in, and then you can just go wild with it, and then bring it back.
Okay. And Terry, you're kind of scary, but without the gas. Are you sure you need to? I don't know if you really need it. No, yeah, though. If you, I mean, whatever you give me, I'll play around with it and see what I can do.
Oh yeah, don't feel pressure to bring back any results. Just experiment and see what you can get out of it. Honestly, on that case, I'm honestly just gonna ask you to have fun with it. But with regards to the chemicals, yeah, I'm probably gonna try and work something out.
Well,
Unfortunately, a lot of nerve toxins are actually quite lethal. So I'm gonna have to look for something specifically paralytic. At which point it might not be a nerve toxin anymore. But I suppose I can work with other, effects.
huh. Well, I mean, are you just gonna be spewing more gas around? Like, you're gonna have canisters of it, or because I know you were
That was
talking
the
about
idea.
trying to do different applications.
Yep. Well, then again, most gas is invisible. my own fear toxin. He kind of blows a little bit of it, a little like misty neon. Isn't exactly hard to see, so it's a good distraction point. I was also thinking of making something that's a bit more slow acting, but then again, you have to be really careful with this stuff. Very easy to go a bit too. I don't want to say too hard into a gas, because if I release too much gas in an area and it builds up, it might explode, or poison everyone in a wide radius, or cause me to pass out on that point. Then again,
do you think you maybe need like something you could direct at, I don't know, like a certain target or something?
Oh yeah, it's definitely something that does just shoot out gases would probably be a good idea. Something that's like interchangeable.
We've been talking about the fear slime. He puts the finger bunnies around it a lot, and I've been thinking about that. And I came up with an idea, which I think is kind of funny, but I don't know if like maybe this would actually be kind of useful. Because I don't know what you'd really do with the slime itself. I mean, other than like planting it somewhere. But like, what if you made like paintballs? You know, like
That could work.
like paintball, and you get like a paintball gun, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know like how you would actually hit somebody with it, but I mean, you know, then you could like hit a person and not hit everything.
True.
Well, if you need help making anything like that, or just mixing some of the slime together, I mean, you know, I'm pretty used to making a bunch of different kinds of slime now. I've been practicing with it more. Haven't made any more of the ones that come alive, but you know, I'm kind of not allowed to go too crazy with that, so I haven't really been trying too hard.
Fair. That one could be on the back burner. And it could also be one of those things that gets out of hand a little bit.
Yeah, hey, speaking of, so like, cause you guys found that one, at Homecoming. Have you seen any more? Because I didn't know that there was one still running around. I kind of figured we squashed all of them.
Well, I haven't seen one myself, but I did tell the faculty to be on the lookout in case, you know, they multiply, which would be, I wouldn't say too obnoxious, but it could be pretty annoying.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm hoping that was the last one, because if there are more, then I might get in trouble again. So I kind of hope that was the last one. I mean, like, you know, I already had to deal with it at the start of the year. I would really like to not get detention for something that I did earlier again. You think the statute of limitations will protect me if it appears like a year from now? Does that work differently in like school? Like, oh, if I like spray painted the side of the school and then they found it like a few months later, like would I still get in trouble for that? Or, you know what I mean?
True. At this point, considering how terrible most people's memory is for, you know, long-term events, you could probably just scapegoat someone else.
Probably. There aren't too many magical kids in the school, but I guess there are some, like, I don't know, there are some freaks that can do some kind of weird stuff.
Terry's just kind of sitting there looking on his phone.
You can see Lawrence is mixing some stuff together, and you know, you've been here for a while, and while you were doing some initial mixing and testing, you and Lawrence were just sort of talking, and suddenly you get a notification on your student handbook.
Oh, as that happens, you just go, hey, oh, Lawrence, just gonna put a little bookmark in this, but with regards to my application of things, have you ever heard of a dart snail? And then he'd get dinged. He's like, oh, and you check whatever notification it is.
Lawrence looks at you like, dart snail? I don't think so. When you check your handbook, oddly enough, the notification is from the faculty, stating that you're urgently needed in the medical bay, and you are to come at once.
Oh, I am urgently needed in the medical bay, and I need to come at once.
Oh. Shit. Did you get in a fight on the way here or something?
No, definitely not. Well, I'm urgently needed in the medical bay. I guess I'll go at once. But first, he'd kind of just like have some smoke and put it in a vial. Have this.
Oh,
Go crazy with it.
okay, sure.
Hey,
Thanks.
don't need to keep me updated on every little thing. Just if something really cool happens.
Okay, sure. You head out of the biology lab, and camera angle stays on Lawrence as he looks at it, and he's like, this is too much power for me to have. He kind of snickers to himself a little bit as we change scenes.
And that's why it's great.
Meanwhile, once again, Lily, you open your eyes to find yourself in some kind of lab. Your head is pounding, your heart is beating, and you feel deathly cold. Then, you notice that you're strapped down. Thankfully, though, you're fully conscious and aware of your surroundings.
Lily, flexes, unflexes her hands, kind of like digs her nails into her palm just to make sure she is, awake, and this is like, she's not in fucking the afterlife or something.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know what it's like. Could be a state of the art facility. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll weakly croak out like, "Hey, I'm awake. Is anyone else in this room?"
Yeah, Catalyst next to you perks up and looks over to you, coming to the side of the table, seemingly tentative. Ah, Miss Lillian. He checks a pad in his hand. Your vitals look normal. I'm happy to see you awake. Please stay still for just a moment longer.
Yeah, you didn't really give me an option with the strap, so I guess I'll do that.
At that, you hear a mechanical door whiz open. And Terry, you enter the room.
Hello. I was urgently needed. Did I do something? Oh. Hi, Lily. You'd wave.
Why is Terry here?
Catalyst looks over to you as you enter. Good, you've arrived. Take a seat, Terry.
Oh boy. You take a seat.
After another moment of double-checking your vitals, Catalyst comes over and releases you from your restraints. You gave us quite a shock, Lillian. In your frenzy, you acted like a woman possessed. I apologize, but it was necessary that we restrain and sedate you so you could not harm anyone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have patched up the minor wounds you collected. I wasn't sure of what to make of your outburst at first, but I do believe I have found the answer after analyzing you. He turns to look to you for a moment, Terry, before once again addressing you both. Within the blood sample I collected from you, I found traces of a biochemical very similar to that which Terry exudes via his breath. Tell me, have you been experiencing any odd symptoms as of late?
Like coughing, but I don't know, I just figured I had the flu or something.
He kind of flips through something on his pad. Well, it is likely that any of these oddities were caused by this external agent. After treating you with a slight variation of the antidote we prepared for Terry, I was able to purge this biochemical from your system. You may feel a little woozy for the next few hours. The question now is why this mutation was in your system. He turns to you, Terry. Hence why you are here.
Oh. Yeah, no, not me.
I'm going to ask you both a couple of questions, just to try and find some answers, so please bear with me for just a moment. Terry, have you in the recent 2 weeks used your powers within the vicinity of Lily?
I actually don't think so.
Hmm.
And if I have, I don't think Lily's been exposed directly. Do I have a terrible memory? Does he have a terrible memory?
No, the past couple of weeks have been pretty good. You've not had to use your powers a whole lot, and you're correct that you haven't directly exposed her to any of your gas. Catalyst nods and says, yes. Um, Terry, have you noticed any particular changes in your own powers as of late?
No, not exactly. Like now that you mention it, I was in the lab doing some stuff about that, but um, not like to a actual degree in which I'd noticed. If anything does come up, I'll tell you. But I
Very
doubt it.
good. Miss Lillian, have you imbibed or injected any odd substances as of late?
Not to my memory.
He nods again. Have you received any wounds or otherwise been open to foreign bacteria?
Well, Lawrence's stupid critter thing jumped on my face. I think it might probably like cut me or something. I had little claws, but like other than that,
He nods for a second and flips through a few more things on his tablet. Ah, yes, that did happen. The night of homecoming it was.
yep.
Could you tell me a little more about that creature?
Well, it was small, flesh colored. I slammed it into the ground and it died, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. And Terry, you remember running into Lawrence's creature earlier that night, and you get a brief flashback as you remember in your struggle against Eugene. Eugene had stolen your power before swiping this creature away, and you remember his tendrils lashing at the creature.
Oh, that's a doozy.
Catalyst looks in your direction.
Now, I'm mostly going to be speaking in hypotheticals here, but do you remember the Lawrence's goo monster ordeal near the beginning of the year?
Yes, the creature that persisted and assaulted Lily during the night of homecoming.
Oh, yeah. As you probably know, at some point you probably interact with it. Magic is fickle and kind of weird. Doesn't exactly follow rules. Science does.
Yes.
I had an altercation with someone at some point, and my powers may have been introduced to said slime monsters, and it's not so far out of reach and out of possibility that there might have been some crosstalk between whatever magic makes them up and my own abilities.
Catalyst,
If someone were to be exposed to that, I can assume something similar to what my powers could exhibit, but I don't exactly know how it would work.
as you describe this, Catalyst very quickly swipes something from his tablet onto a nearby screen and begins typing on his keyboard as he pulls up a few specific files. And he looks over them, seemingly more troubled now. It's hard to tell because you can't see his face, but his body language is a little more frantic than before he stops looking, brings himself back to the pad, and turns around as calm as before. This is troubling, if true. If your biochemical did enter this strange magical creature's system, it very easily could have mutated into some form of disease. Thankfully, it was in a transitional stage that was easier to subdue, still quite similar to your base product. Though if it had continued to develop, I'm not quite sure what it may have become. It very well could have become contagious. That said, Miss Lillian, we will be keeping you in the medical bay to run some additional tests this evening to ensure that your system is adequately purged.
Yeah, that's fine.
He gives
Does
you
Lily have her phone on her? Or do they take that?
You see it on a nearby table. It's a little bit away from you.
Could I at least have my phone if I have to sit here?
He nods to you and says, yes, make yourself comfortable. I will be right back. He goes to move over to the table and move it closer to you so you can grab your phone, and then he heads out of the medical bay.
Oh boy. And funny about this, Lawrence was just asking me if he made some massive mistake in the beginning of the year, if he'd still be covered by now. Should probably update him.
Yeah, probably.
You did message Lawrence. Might have made fear virus with jelly boys. Situation unknown. Might actually want to plan to go into hiding.
You just get the response text is just fuck.
Oh, doesn't seem like he's too happy about the situation. Oh, by the way, sorry about the whole, infecting you with potential magical fear, like, virus, disease.
No, yeah, potentially that is the least of my worries right now.
Wow.
Lily is going to pull up her phone and check social medias because he said the fight was being live streamed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants to see how many people saw it and what people are saying.
Yeah, as you start looking around, especially among the circles that the students talk in, you have no idea exactly what form it could take. But definitely, rather than seeing anything like, whoa, Priscilla and Lily were fighting after school, it's a lot of, like, cursed footage with, like, ghosts that are... it's cursed footage in the way that you see a lot of different clips and a lot of different bits of footage from your fight in the dome, whether it's footage of crazy shit happening around you, or footage where frames have been caught of ghosts staring into the camera, like found footage style. And it is all over the internet, and some of these scenes are, like, different when different people view them. And it is spreading like wildfire, at least among the community at school.
Okay, you said all over the internet, so I was about to say that Priscilla make it go fucking like Twitter viral.
No,
Ghosts proved real.
No, I had to describe a little bit better. It is like wildfire among like students of the school talking about it.
Okay. Lily sinks further into her like jacket, hunching her shoulders, just kind of visibly wanting to disappear.
Mm-hmm. You also actually notice, because, of course, Priscilla has, like, a big online presence, you actually see a bunch of people have been pinging her to talk about it, and she has not said anything yet.
Well, that's nice, at least.
Not farming impressions. Respect. Anything else happen with regards to, or, like, are you going to be okay? I assume you're going to be okay.
I was told my signs are normal,
Okay, that's good.
So that's good.
Okay, so Terry would notice Lily checking social media, and he just really quickly check the web to see what is happening, because it's obvious he's missed something.
Yeah. And when you're checking it and you're like seeing this, you remember hearing like, oh yeah, Priscilla and Lily were gonna fight today. You're like, oh, I thought that was like tomorrow or something. Oh, like you were in the throes of doing your research and didn't even realize this was going on.
Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. Oh boy.
When you look up from your phone, you see Lily is like peering at you from over hers. Clearly, like, he's definitely looking it up. Oh god, he's looking up what I'm looking up. She is, like, gauging your reaction.
He's kind of just making the face, like, on the token, like, yeah, something happened. It's fine.
Yep.
And after a few moments of silence, the door opens and Catalyst steps back in, wheeling in, a few small devices that are seemingly here for him to check on you. And after typing something in on his computer, he turns to you both and gives you a nod and says, Terry, I appreciate you coming in and bringing this new information to me. This is going to help the matter quite a lot. But I will have to ask you to leave now so that I can do my final tests on Miss Lillian.
Oh, all right. No, this has been very insightful. I've gotten a bunch of inspiration from this. Thank you. See you later, Lily.
Yeah, Lily does not meet his eyes.
Terry, you go to exit, and Catalyst gets to work testing you and, just basically doing a physical to make sure of where you're at. And notably, whenever it is drawn to your attention, whenever you have to do too much moving around, It's only very slight, but you notice that your fingers are cold now, and they don't seem to be warming back up. Nothing visually different, of course.
That's okay, I'll just wear gloves from now on.
Just gotta warm up those hands. But after the tests, you are let out of the medical bay. We follow Lily as she walks back to her dorm, still feeling cold to her core. Over time, your ghosts have been more and more insistent on grabbing your attention, but going wild like this may have pushed you beyond a point of no return. Of course, you know that tons of people saw you. You might wonder what they think. You might wonder what's going to happen to you now. And as you consider all of these thoughts, another thought might come to mind. It might be about time to come clean, on your own terms. And yeah, with that, you've got your lonely walk home, back to your dorm. What is Lily thinking after all of this has transpired?
Well, she had the post homecoming, she had the mindset of like, yeah, I tried to have a normal night, it blew up really hard, I don't get to have those, and is now further down that mindset of like, yep, things just get to be shit. Like she is just like nihilistic, like over it is what she's trying to convince herself.
Mm-hmm.
So she is probably, finalizing in her mind, like the list of who she needs to talk, and is like getting ready to send like the text.
Okay. You think like you get back to your dorm and sort of pace a bit, think to yourself before sending out the quote call to action for certain people. And yeah, whenever Lily decides this, whether it's this night calling on people for the next day or for a few days after that, however much time Lily needs, eventually you're able to send out that message. And what does that message look like, and who is it going to?
I don't know if we said what day of the week this is.
It was towards the end of the week.
Yeah, basically it'd be like, whenever it's a Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
like, or whenever it's a Friday, she would send the text that night and for the next day. And it would be, to the people who are here as players,
Mm-hmm.
and Lawrence.
Okay.
And Olivia and Triff would be invited to come, but purely as like emotional support.
Okay. And yeah, does the message just say something along the lines of like, hey, I need to talk with you about something, or?
Yeah, it would just basically be like, we need to talk, meet me like behind the dorms, tomorrow morning or something.
Okay. And with that, you send the text out, exhale, and go to bed. And we transition to that very next day.
For clarification, Deco, even Echo?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you didn't get invited to the session and then like, yeah, sit there while I talk to everyone else.
No, that just caught me off guard, but we're good.
Yeah, it'd be the first text you've received from her since like the
incident,
the thumbs up that she sent when you like tried to text her that one time.
Yeah.
Well, the next morning, you are behind the dorms and just sort of waiting for people to arrive. The first person to arrive very early is Olivia, who just meets with you and stands there as you guys wait for everyone else to appear.
Lily's just waiting tensely, like arms crossed, phone in one of her hands, tapping her foot.
Mm-hmm. And not long after you two, you've been standing here for a little bit, but after just a little bit of time from around the corner coming to the back of the dorm, first are these two.
Did they come together, I assume?
Yeah, you guys are coming from, the same part of the building, so you would have bumped into each other on the way.
Echo would be kind of prodding Terry about like what this is about, because he has no fucking. He's so confused. He's like, I thought she didn't want anything to fucking do with me. Why? Why the hell is he calling?
I don't want to like explain it like badly and then have it explained correctly. Like I just if there are, you know, spots to fill in, I'll do it after.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. But like, I mean, and he kind of notices. Like, hey.
Hey Terry, thank you for coming.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You two can just kind of wait. We're waiting for a few more people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
You just sit down.
I'll be
Terry, did Lawrence say anything to you about coming?
Check
I'll
his
just-
phone.
I'll
He
just be
messaged
over
like,
here.
Lauren, see you coming.
leaning
And,
on the wall here.
A minute or so after you send the text, he's just like, "Yeah, I'm on my way."
Yeah, he wow, weird. I didn't. Yeah, he's coming.
Good. Anyone have to come rip him out his room?
Why am I here?
Because you're also someone I'm going to be talking to.
Oh, in a good or bad way?
I mean, in a neutral way.
Okay. Because like I thought we weren't, on good terms still. To my understanding.
Yeah.
We aren't?
No, yeah, we aren't.
Oh.
and from
You got
around
it.
and from
You
around the
figured it out.
corner, these three show up with Alex. You're able to chat up Triffany as you guys come around the corner and get to the group.
Echo just goes silent and he like looks at the grass.
Don't worry, Echo. I deal with people I don't like all the time.
Yeah,
And Triffany just waves to everyone and says, "Hello, hello." And she
Hey, Trev.
flutters by these two and very quickly closes the distance and just goes to give you a little hug.
She reciprocates the hug.
Oh.
Comes and stands a little bit closer to Echo for moral support.
he looks like shit. He looks like he's not having a good time.
And you guys are all standing around for just another couple of minutes, and just as it's about to get to be a little too long, from around the corner, Lawrence shows
Lily
up.
starts complaining like just before he shows up. Like, how he wears the same outfit every day. How fucking long does it take a dude to get here? Half his outfit's alive. It puts itself on.
He steps around the corner and just kind of is messing with his hat a little bit, and he doesn't really say
Jesus,
much.
dude, need your beauty sleep? What the hell?
Yeah. All right, so are we doing this here or?
No.
Oh.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Just this way. And she'll turn around and rip a little hole to her sanctuary.
Okay, yeah. You all watch as Lily opens up this dark rift and gestures for you all to enter.
This was not what I was expecting when I entered a dark rift.
Yeah. As you all step through this dark rift, you pop out within this mausoleum before filing out of it to see this small empty graveyard. And of course, the brisk, almost winter air cuts by you as dead leaves are rustling on the ground.
You can take seats.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a graveyard.
Triffany and Olivia are just kind of looking around as they step out, and Lawrence steps out and isn't not curious, not amazed or anything. He had been here, so he just kind of is holding his arm and looks to you a little bit before walking by and going over here.
Just get this question out of the way first. I don't control where it goes. I wish it wasn't a graveyard either.
What is a graveyard, out of curiosity?
To get Echo knows
Fucking what?
Echo knows what a graveyard is.
He just goes and sits down under the tree. And crosses
Vetoed
his
by
legs.
God.
Yeah, God vetoed me. Unfortunately, I can't do my quirky shit.
Here, you can move now, Chloe.
Oh, we call those corpse holes.
Yeah, we call those dig sites.
Uh-oh.
And everybody will end up finding a seat. And Olivia just stands here waiting to see if you're gonna sit down, Lily.
No, Lily is not going to sit down.
It's a standing conversation.
Goes to sit.
Okay, so who here is on social media?
Not at the moment.
Well, I mean, who uses social media?
Oh,
Who
me.
saw
He'd raises
the shit from the fight with Priscilla? I mean, it's been a few days.
raises his hand.
People have been talking.
Lawrence raises his hand, Triffany and Olivia.
Yeah.
Echo looks confused, doesn't raise his hand.
Okay. Well. So yeah. Just get it out of the way. You know, you know, some of you figured it out. Some of you have even harassed me about it, and that's fine. But whatever. My powers are not telekinesis. So.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to. Joe, you don't have to pretend. Yeah. I mean, I lit my arms on fire at the rape, so like I figured most of you probably knew that.
So, what are your powers exactly?
I can like see and hear and speak with ghosts like all the time, and I cannot turn that off.
Echo does like a fist pump, like, yes, I got it right.
Is that exciting for you, bud?
Lawrence looks at you and chuckles. He snickers to himself when Echo does that. Clearly from an angle of like, holy shit, I'm not the least likable one here right now.
Yeah, Lou's eyebrow twitches.
Oh. Like, that must be really annoying.
Yeah, it's hell. They don't go away. They're, you know, horrifying ghosts. You know, a lot of them visually are, you know, frozen in the state they were in when they died. So some dudes just got like swords in their chests, you know.
As Echo's pride slowly sinks away as he realizes what and he kind of like just rubs the back of his head like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
They bother me. They follow me nonstop because I'm the only person that can talk to them, you know, at least to this extent. So they just follow me everywhere, which is, you can imagine, not great.
Lawrence speaks slowly and just says, yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Yeah.
It does sound rough.
And I mean, it's not just rough for me, because, you know, they follow me everywhere. They have nothing else to do other than follow me, and over time, you know, more and more are following me. So, you know, over time, I mean, that's what happened at my old school. Basically, it, like, you know, over time, my school was basically haunted because I kept going there every day, so...
Triffany looks sad hearing this with her antenna doing a little drooping. She says, oh, is that why you transferred schools?
Well, yeah. Both because, you know, people weren't huge fans of me when I left my old school, and also because I kind of just needed to go somewhere that I could hopefully do something about this. Because here's part two. It's killing me.
Oh.
His face goes pale at that.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
over time, or
Well, yeah, but like not a long amount of time, if I had to guess. It's okay. I'm just gonna dump some info to you guys, and then you know, you can ask questions later or something if there's something I haven't covered. So some long time ago, some dumb ancestor of mine made some sort of deal with some Grim Reaper ass being called the Dey'ja, I guess. Lawrence knows more about them than me, at least on a technical term. He has his little book. But so they made some sort of deal. I don't know why. I don't know what the Dey'ja get out of this deal, but they agreed, and the the trade was my entire family on my mom's side gets these powers to some extent, and in return, we just die young, you know.
Is your mom okay?
Yeah, because it's also the power is never consistent. It varies person to person. Some people in my family have been stronger than others. My mom, she's like, you know, a medium that you go to if you want to talk to your grandpa that you didn't get closure with. She'll, you know, that's her job. She like sits down at the table and channels them. It's not really, you know, a big thing. So she's fine. But you know what I'm doing is significantly bigger. Because also beyond that, for some reason I'm able to like tap into the power that like these Dey'ja use or something, and that's why I was able to like light my arms on fire. That's why I was able to take Gabe's powers away from him by like hitting his chest. That's why, you know, I can do like whatever, honestly. There's a lot of dumb things I can do, but in result that like speeds up the process.
And during all of this, Lawrence is just kind of keeping his hat low, and you see he has his book with him, just kind of clutched to his chest as he listens quietly.
Echo kind of seems quiet. He's just like, I'm sorry, Lily, I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, that's why I have you guys here. I want to get rid of this, obviously. I need to find out some way to do that. And I've given it a lot of thought, and I think you guys, except for Olivia and Triff, you girls are just here, you know, emotional support.
Always.
And I love you for that. But the rest of you, I think, are the ones who need to help me. Here, she pulls out her phone, opens up like the notes app. I've been taking notes on you guys.
Oh.
Oh.
So first of all, Alex, you know, didn't think I would end up needing you, but then Homecoming kind of changed that. You're like a freak, but like in a good way. Like you're insane. You were like ripping shit up on that beach. I say freak in a loving way. You went crazy. And I think for sure, you know, if we're gonna have to fight some weird Grim Reaper ass spirits, I would like to do it with someone who can do what you can do.
Definitely be glad to do anything I can do to help.
Cool. Terry, well, to be honest, you know, you can just breathe smoke. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah.
The main reason I want to include you is I swear you're somehow like related to it, because Lawrence, what was that thing you're talking about? Like the realm of whatever. It's like full of like fog that like it is like limbo, and all the spirits in there that inhale, you know, exist in the fog are like constantly living their worst nightmares and shit.
Yeah, it's called the Realm of the Lost. It's kind of part of what spirits have to go through to get to the afterlife, but a lot of spirits get lost and trapped there in living the same nightmares over and over again.
Yeah.
Apparently, anyway.
And when you and I were doing that thing you wanted my help with, and I saw you use your powers, it was like when you were using your powers, I saw like some sort of transparent like image of these Dey'ja sort of overlaying on you. So I don't know. I feel I just have a hunch that your powers are somehow related. So I'm including you purely on the gamble that it will pay off.
Oh.
And plus, you're a smart guy. I feel like just having another intelligent mind on this job would be nice.
That gives me a lot to think about. Thank you for including me.
Yeah. Let's see. Echo, you can make a portal.
That's it?
That's it.
Ethan, question for you. Would Realm of the Lost set off a light bulb in Echo's head at all?
You have heard rumors, but the name is the only thing that sounds familiar to you. You don't have any further knowledge.
He just kind of nods and just goes silent as he's just kind of mulling over something.
Joe, if this place is full of some sort of fog that if we inhale, we instantly, like Terry's fog, my hope is that you could make some sort of vehicle that is like airtight so that we could just drive through. If it comes to that, we might not even need to go in there. Who knows? I don't know how my ancestor did it. Maybe I can just contact them, figure out how to rework the deal. But I feel like that's not going to work because they don't like talking to me. But if we need a way to get in there, I'm hoping you can provide that.
Lawrence speaks up suddenly and just says, "Are you sure your ancestors aren't just dead?"
They what do you they are? Yeah, what do you mean?
Oh, you mean like calling their spirit and asking them for? But what do
No,
you
sorry,
mean?
I meant calling the date, like, because I don't know how my ancestors made this deal. If they went in or if they like summoned a Dey'ja to talk to them, So I'm saying I can over Christmas break or at some point when I get a chance I can go to, because I'm gonna have to go home. I'll try to figure out, I don't know, look through my mom's shit, look in our like library, like bookshelves or something, see if we have any diaries or anything from the old times. I don't know. I'll look into it, but if I don't find anything to make them come to us, then I'm trying to figure out how to get us to them.
Lily, I have a question. You said this was another realm?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was called, Realm of the Lost.
I remember some scavengers mentioning something about that, but it was odds and ends. He kind of looks down at his gauntlet and the gems. I could see what I could find in terms of getting us there.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. That is all I need.
I'll do some research and get back to you. Talk to some
And then,
scavengers.
Lawrence, I mean, you know why you're here. We've talked before. You're only here for, information. Because you are closer to this shit than I am, so I feel like you'll have an easier time understanding it quickly. I'm not. I know you kind of freaked out, pissed your pants last time we were here, and you really didn't want to have to help me again. So if it comes to getting into the Realm of the Lost, you don't have to go in. I literally just need information from you.
Yeah. About that last time, you had asked me to see what I could do about figuring out some ways that something could be done. I have been doing a little bit of reading.
Okay.
So, the first thing I'm gonna say is, I appreciate that you're not gonna force me to go into the realm of the dead, but also, I don't think any of you should either, because I don't know everything there is to know about it, but from what I do know, if you go there, you're as good as dead, and you're probably not gonna come back. Whatever your ancestors did to make this happen, they brought it here. Very, very rarely does anyone go the opposite way, and again, if they do, well, they die, because that's just kind of the end of the road. But I don't know. I mean, again, if it does come to that, maybe I'm wrong, but for what I think could happen, you had said something along the lines of like, maybe you could die and then be like revived or something, and it's not really that simple, but also kinda got my gears turning a little bit. There's no easy way to make this happen, but hypothetically, if you were to die and your spirit was taken there, if your spirit was brought back, then maybe you could find a place back in your body, but that would require, I mean, that would basically require, you know, well, going there. Like, you would have to go against the grain and come back, which is my whole point of why I think that this is a very dangerous idea, because coming back, hypothetically, yeah, that would mean that you're alive, but I just don't see that happening. But if you were to come back, then technically your debt would be paid. But then you would have broken some other rules, and it's just very gray. Alternatively, there is a way to bring a spirit back, not a person, but a spirit from that realm, and give them a more definite form, a place to stay, but you would not like how it works.
Well, to be fair, I don't like how it works now.
Yeah, but okay, so the other hypothetical idea is that somebody that uses the right kind of magic, he gestures to himself, can use a certain spell to bring you back, but you would be branded with the mark of a thrall.
Okay.
So,
Like your thrall specifically?
yeah, or whatever
Yeah, I
magic
don't.
user.
I don't like that. You're right.
Yeah. So again, I've been doing a lot of thinking. The two hypotheticals I came up with was either you die and then just leave the realm of the dead, which is making it way more simple than it actually would be, but if you can get that end result, then technically that could work, or you're brought back as a servant for some wizard. Neither of them are super promising, but if you could make one of them work, then I think that that's your best bet, because otherwise if you're the mark of the Dey'ja, that's forever until they get their debt from you. And when they do, then again, end of the road. He kind of tugs his hat back over his face again.
Well, I appreciate the info. Neither of those options are really gonna work for me, I think.
We can't help her either, because that sounds like a one-way trip for one person.
It's...
Cause look, I
complicated.
get dying, coming back to my body is like, in your mind, the best case scenario. That's still a bad case scenario for me. Because I'm not just looking to get myself out of this thing, out of this curse. I want to get my mom out of it, because hey, I would like for my mom to stick around. And if I ever have a kid, I don't want them to then also be having this. I want my full bloodline. I want this to be done. I'm pulling us out of this deal.
Yeah, that's what makes it hard.
They can talk, right? Are there different levels to Dey'ja? Is there like a Dey'ja commander or something? Or are they all sort of the same thing? Because if they're all the same thing and they're just choosing to not talk to me, that really pisses me off. Because they can for sure talk to have made the deal, right?
It's not really talking. Because they're extra-dimensional beings, they can do stuff we can't. They're more able to communicate through feelings than any kind of language.
They got hands, they could learn sign language.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
They don't really use sign language in hell, I guess.
Well, they haven't even tried to communicate with me through like putting images in my mind or whatever you're implying.
Yeah.
They just see me and they chase me.
Yeah,
And
because
it's really annoying.
yeah, that will likely be the case forever. Because again, whatever that deal was originally, apparently the debt that's paid is you and whoever else being dead. I don't know if they really care about anything else, but again, it's not like I really know what they're thinking, you know?
Terry'd hold his hand up.
Yeah, what's up, Terry?
You know, like, I assume they want your soul. He'd look between like Lawrence and Lily. Like, is that what they're after? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
But is there anyone you really don't like that you could kind of like side grade this to?
I'm not gonna get someone else killed for this, Terry.
Fair.
Echo looks to
know.
this side.
This really feels sort of like a. Well, you have to like give them something, right? Like, I don't know.
Sure.
Like, Lawrence, can you like deal break with these things? I don't exactly know. Like, is it? I don't think it's in writing. It's magic stuff, right?
Yeah, it's... He just sets his book on his lap and rubs his arm a bit as he's like, sadly, passing on deals like this is pretty common. People like to dodge their debts a lot, but normally bad luck ends up getting them at the end anyway.
All right. Well, when I get home, I'll try to find if my mom has any old shit from ancestors and stuff. And Lawrence, if you can look into it too, anything about summoning them to contact them, because if you're saying my ancestors likely brought them to that, like brought the Dey'ja to them, then maybe I can just do that to at least maybe find some way to communicate with them. If I can just renegotiate, I'll do, I don't know, I'll do unpaid labor for them. They need someone to clean the place, like, I don't know, whatever they want, so long as it doesn't result in me dying, you know. I just want this to be over.
That might be your best bet. At first I thought if you call on them that they would probably just, you know, grab you, but they seem to be pretty open to deals, which I can only assume is because they can dish out all the power in the world and then they just get to take whatever they want after. It kind of doesn't really matter to them, so maybe they would be listening to a deal.
And I know it's likely, you know, it might be hard to find, but you mentioned some unfounded stuff on ways to hurt them, and I'm telling you, I'm willing to try anything. If you figure out anything, some ancient sword I gotta pull from a stone, you know, tell me whatever. I will do whatever just to get any sort of a leg up on these guys. I'm already stealing their power, but I'd like to have something that even they don't have.
I think that this is something that I'll pass to the rest of you. And he kind of looks around from under his hat and just says, if any of you, you know, find legends or whatever about godly power, that's probably going to be close to what we're looking for. If something like that would be how we make this work, which... Again, I was pretty hopeless before, and honestly, I still am, but there are ways you can go about this, so I guess at least you have options for, well, how you want to die, or hopefully not die.
Well, so okay, so... Firstly, this has been pretty dour. So, in proposition to making this slightly more lighthearted, we should have a group name that's cool. Any suggestions?
Yeah, I can make a group chat. I mean, it probably should, so that it's easier for us all to, you know, talk about this.
Like, Saving Lily's Immortal Soul Squad? Uh,
Dey'ja Busters.
Dey'ja Buster. Yeah, I'm down
Busters.
for that too. Okay, so with that out of the way, so my job basically is to look for potential leads on something that could hurt them.
Yeah, sure. If you can find anything. Again, I mostly, I don't know. Look into your own shit. You know, no offense, but like I mean, like your smoke. You know, figure that out. Because if that is connected to them somehow, that could be something. I don't know if you're secretly 1/8 Dey'ja. Who knows?
I don't exactly know how to test for that. Lawrence,
Yeah,
would you know
mean,
how to
I
test
don't
for that?
I don't think that would show up in a DNA test.
Yeah,
I was
and
thinking.
if you want to look for like legends and stuff, don't look up stuff about Dey'ja. You won't find anything, at least not easily. The best bet you can do is just looking around at old myths and, you know, keeping an eye out for anything that feels familiar. That's basically how I get all of my work done.
Okay. Well, if anything else, at least I now know that there is some form of afterlife. That's going to be really good leverage against a bunch of people I know who do.
Triffany raises
Sure.
her hand.
Yeah, what's up, Trip?
I believe there is a set of old myths from my homeland. Perhaps I can do some reading as well.
Sure.
Olivia just kind of is digging one of her heels into the grass a little bit, looking down, feeling bad that she doesn't really have much she could say to help.
Anyone else got questions?
Any of the faculty know about this?
I assume. I mean, they know they know everything about it. I can't keep secrets from them. Like they know my powers. At least anyone who's checked the file. Like I'm sure, Nightwalker does. Very cool of him to have not once tried to call me out on it every single time I've lied to you guys. But yeah, I mean, unless you mean specifically if any of them know about Dey'ja, I don't know. I would hope if they did, they'd go out of their way to try and talk to me about it because that would be fucked up if they were just sitting on their hands about it, you know?
And then Joe raises his hand.
Yeah, what's up, Joe? I don't know. I don't even know if this is the underworld. It sounded more like a purgatory thing.
Ethan, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I'm pulling a thread here. Because I know we talked about Gloria's armor
Mm-hmm.
comes from a place, another realm.
Mm-hmm.
Would Echo put two and two together like that's kind of a heaven sort of?
You think that might be the closest thing you know of?
What does he know about that realm? Is it kind of the same thing he knows about this realm?
Yeah, basically the same level. All you know is hearsay and like legends, which you get to hear a lot of because you get to talk to people from a bunch of different dimensions.
Echo kind of raises his hand. There is kind of a heaven realm, Joe. I don't know much about it, but it's where Gloria's armor actually came from. Can't get there, but you know they sometimes drop junk in my realm.
And then Joe asked, "Well, why are the monsters so scary?"
I mean, honestly, visually, I don't think they are. I described them to Lawrence as they're just kind of like goth angels. The scary thing is how if they touch me, I die. That's the scary part.
Yeah, and no matter how good Lily is, you know, if her great-great-great-grandmother or whoever made a deal, then it doesn't really matter what Lily does. She's gonna go to the same place.
I did kind of punch one though, so that felt pretty cool.
Oh,
Oh,
what did that feel like?
Well, it felt like I was dying when I did it.
don't
Interesting.
punch scary ghosts.
Huh.
Got it. I got a question for you, Lily.
Sure.
let's say we're successful. You're gonna lose your powers, right?
Yeah, here's hoping.
What then? Are you gonna stay in Star Heights, or
Well, I mean, like, probably not, right?
Triffany
if you
deflates.
if you want to stay, you could come talk to the engineer club, and we could maybe get you some gear.
I don't know if I can't remember the guy's name. The one who wears the suit, the superhero, who's the sort of like Iron Man-esque like company man in this world. What's his name?
Kirk Weston, aka
Yeah.
Kinesis.
Yeah, I don't know if I could really, be a Kinesis light. I don't know if that's really something I'd be up for. Just wearing a giant metal suit,
Olivia raises her hand.
Yeah, what's up, girl?
You could always use gadgets and just, kick people's asses and investigate and stuff. There are some heroes that work at the street level and do that. I don't know. I mean,
I could learn a rare form of karate and then be a kung fu master. Like, I could. It's just, I'm really not that.
Well,
once you take the whole, I can literally tap into the dark forces of death to do anything. I could see the future. I could shoot fire out of my hands. I could teleport, whatever. Once you take that away from me, I'm just a volleyball player. Like,
That's all right.
You weren't using your powers when you were up on Joe swinging a baseball bat around with at robots, to be fair to you.
Here's the thing. I was. They can also, at any given time, I have like 10, 15 ghosts just chilling inside me. They amplify my physical strength.
My offer still stands, though, if you want to stay, because you do have friends here. Not exactly me, but you still have friends here. And he kind of gestures to everyone else.
Yeah, I have friends. Like, Olivia and Triff, you can... Yeah, I live in the city. It's not like if I left the school, I'd be moving to California or something. I just live in the city. It's like, even if I didn't go here, because I'm just a normal girl, once you take away the ghosts, we could still hang. We could get ice cream on the weekends or whatever.
Triffany, perks up a little bit, and she's like,
yes. It would not be the end of the world, just a shame that we would not see you as much, but it is whatever is healthier for you, yes?
Yeah, I'm just looking to not get dragged to hell, It's kind of my main focus. I haven't really considered too much what I want to do after, other than live a normal life as a normal person. That's the dream.
Olivia actually perks up and asks, what do you want to do when you're older?
I don't know, girl. Kind of figure. If it seems like something I can do, my dad's talked about me taking over, the business side of things. That's easy enough. That's lined up for me.
Joe pipes up with what he has to say here.
I waited to tell people because I didn't want to have to tell people. Like I said, these powers ruined my last school for me. I was in a good place at my last school. I was really, I tell you what, at my old school, I would not have even been on the list for homecoming court. I would have been sat right up there. It was really, I was sitting pretty. I was living the dream. And then this sort of took it all away from me because these powers fucking suck and they've made my life hell. So I waited to tell people because I really didn't want this to be a thing everyone knows, because it has a track record of making my school life worse.
Olivia just nods along. Clearly, again, you guys have talked about this before. And she just says, yeah, there's a surprising number of students at the school who feel the same way, I've noticed. And then Olivia...
I was waiting to see what Joe was typing.
sits back down.
Lily would be surprised by that, not react in time to move out of the way, but she would just kind of stand there, wide-eyed, like,
Funny
yeah,
enough, Olivia was also coming over to hug you.
It's gonna awkwardly join the group hug.
Oh, is this a group hug moment? I'm gonna be over here.
I guess it is.
I'm gonna stand over here with Lawrence and Terry, because I don't think you want me hugging you.
It'd actually be hilarious if Lawrence was like, "Nah, I'm getting in on it." I appreciate it, guy. I appreciate that you're all gonna help me. And it's. Yeah, sure. I get that it'll be a bummer if I leave, but also consider this: it'll also be a bummer if I stay around and then I don't know, someone with superhuman strength just hits me once and my ribs explode.
Yeah, that would suck a lot to happen.
That would suck a lot.
I mean, if someone hit me with superhuman strength, my ribs would explode regardless.
Olivia
We'll keep that in mind.
Olivia had looked down at herself because she's also very frail and just says, I want to help you not have your powers, and I wouldn't want you to have to stay if you didn't want to or anything. It's not really about that. It just kind of, it would just suck a little bit. But
it's not even that I don't want to. Though, to be fair, I don't super want to, specifically because I never imagined myself being a superhero. Not anything to do with you people, of course. It's just, this wasn't in my plans. But it's a lot more to do with, kind of hard to be a superhero when you lack the super. I'm kind of just a nosy citizen who's trying to play cop or something. At that point, it feels like. I mean, if normal people were able to do this shit, why would we need superheroes? Why isn't the police force enough? That's what I mean. It's just, it doesn't seem like something that I'm going to be able to do, because it seems kind of far-fetched.
I mean, a lot of the people in the engineer club are just people with gear.
Yeah, but aren't a lot of the people in the engineer club also in the support course?
I'm saying there's options, because I know.
Yeah, I don't want to be a support course student. You kidding me? They're second class.
The fucking elitism.
That's so lame.
Echo kind of frowns at that because he has some friends who are in the support.
Like, oh yeah, my whole thing is that I'm gonna build stuff for other people to be cool. Sick, man.
I mean, yeah, it helps them do their job better. Echo scoffs.
I don't play second fiddle.
Fair enough. I understand that, at least.
And Olivia just says, well, I know I'm just here for support and can't really do anything, but if there is anything that comes to mind that I can do, just let me know.
Yeah, of course. I mean, for real, you guys, you and Triff, I don't just bring you along didn't just bring you along because it didn't want you to feel excluded or something. It's genuinely like, you two are like my besties, so it feels nice having you here when I have to talk about the thing that ruined my life at my old school.
Oh, and Triffany runs over and then bursts into a little bit of a glide and picks you up in a hug and flies up with you.
Okay, I guess we're still doing the hugging stuff. Cool.
She flies around with you a little bit and just says,
Oh, Lily, you're one of the best friends I have ever made.
and she lands with you and steps back and just says,
Back on my home world, I did not have many friends. Not many
You're
people.
the princess.
Well, yes, but not many were allowed to talk to me, yes?
Ah, that's stupid.
Yes. So, I am glad that I can at least sit here and watch you and hopefully make you have a little bit of a smile on your face, if I can.
Yeah. I'm happy to have you here, girl. I'm telling you, once I get rid of these powers, absolutely spring break on Argax 5, right? That's the name of your planet?
Oh, it will be most wonderful. I have actually been speaking to some of the faculty about a potential field trip.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, that would be very nice. I would like to show all of you my home world.
Ooh, would I get to meet your parents? Oh god, actually?
Yes, you would. You would get to meet my parents.
Your parents are the royalty of an entire planet. That'd be scary.
Oh, you would be fine. My father, he is, how you say, a dork.
Okay. So is mine, kinda. But, he doesn't let you see it.
and she, again steps back and gives you a little bit of space, and Olivia just kind of watched you guys fly around for a second and cleared the landing zone. Since we're, getting a little chummy, I guess I'll just, leave and head back.
Oh. We need to walk back?
Yeah. The portal is one way.
That's really inconvenient.
Yeah, right? My powers aren't very cool when you sit down and think about it, are they?
One-way rift?
One-way portal to a graveyard?
Could be really funny. If someone annoys you, you could just push them here.
I've considered it.
Ethan, question, because I know Echo has home spots. Does he have a home spot in his room he could open a portal to?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I can get us back to the school easy enough. We kind of
oh hey, now that it's all out in the open. I fucking hate your sand planet because it's full of miserable soul-sucking ghosts. Just to let you know.
Really?
Yeah, it's full to the brim, and they're the saddest, most despair-inducing spirits I've ever felt in my entire life, and they make me want to puke.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah. I figured I should clear that up so you don't think I'm just like, fuck your home world, dude. I have a legitimate reason for it.
Yeah, a lot of people died there.
Yeah, I could tell that just from being in there.
I was getting shot at the other day.
Cool.
Horrible pain in the ass.
Sure.
Good to know, though. But Echo seems kind of flabbergasted at this. He's like, I'm helping her, but she still hates my guts. Why am I helping her? He kind of just lowers his hands. I'll go talk to some scavengers and see what I can figure out. Maybe they'll know something. Maybe some old dusty book fell into and he kind of looks over at Joe and kind of just rubs it back.
Don't you live in a junkyard?
Yes. Well, no, yeah, it is just other realms. Technically, it's a junkyard for other realms, yeah.
Huh.
Ha, that's your response?
You gonna make a portal back to school?
Oh yeah, can I come too?
Yeah. And as Echo passes Lawrence, he goes to hit his mage hat, how you hit the brim of a guy's hat over his.
You do that, and he flails his arms around defensively.
Terry has to back up. Oh,
Oh, are
Lawrence.
we not going through the sand realm for this?
No, I can literally just an echo like
Oh,
raises
okay.
a portal and like you'll see his dorm on the other side.
See, Echo, this is why you're here. Portals and stuff.
Portals and
Yeah, I mean,
stuff.
why do you think I invited you? It's literally your one thing.
I'm more helpful than just portals, and I can prove it. Watch.
What
And he
does
goes
that
to like,
mean?
no, hold up, Echo, and then Echo takes a breath as he goes to you see something glow under his tunic as he's going to make a double of himself beside him, just standing there.
How is that helpful to me? I don't like having one of you. Why would this be?
Wait, can you now make two
Why would
portals?
this be good for me?
Wait, can you make two portals? Can both of them make portals? Have you doubled the portal production?
That
No,
would
it's
change the. Oh, okay. Well,
No, it's a hologram. I made this, and he goes to like move his hand through the other Echo as like his hand would go through it, and you'd see like a little kind of discus in the middle of it.
Oh. Can you
I
do that
made
for
this.
Other people?
Triffany flies over to it and starts waving her hands through it wildly.
Triff, what are you doing?
I am trying to make the pretty lights go away.
now try it, Triff. Now try it on the other one just to compare.
She walks over and starts slapping you.
This one is not made of the lights. How did you make that happen, Echo?
Ow! He kind of huffs as the discus turns off and flies into his palm as he goes, I made a... Technically, it's kind of a hologram projector, and he goes to, like, raise his poncho as you'd see, like, a sort of a device on his arm that has a bunch of these discuses on it. Kind of like a... What do we call it? A cauldron? A pauldron?
Yeah, pauldron.
A pauldron. And Alex, you'd know that was the thing that was drawn in his book that he was working on.
Wow. Very cool.
It was a terrible pain in the ass, and I almost got shot over it, but it's pretty damn cool, I'd argue.
Incredibly nifty.
Well, Echo, you seem to deal with many warriors on your home planet.
Yes, besides the things trying to eat me.
Yes, that is very common. If you ever want, I could come and I could help you, I can help you kill.
Echo kind of pauses as he was gonna go, like, it was clear he wanted to say, oh yes, let's do it, but then he realized if anything happens to me, Lily would probably kick my ass, so he kind of glances over.
And also,
his
she's a
shoulder.
princess.
Yeah, she has implied that if anything happens to her, our planet will be invaded.
Triff, as much as I want to take you up on that offer, I don't want anyone to, come kick my ass that might be Lily or an entire planet.
Oh, well,
It's true.
if you
I would
ever-
get to you first, and then her people would invade us after.
Triffany says, oh, that is a shame, but, well, if you ever, if one of your portals ever were to appear, I would be happy to assist you.
Echo kind of smiles at that. Thanks, Triff. That actually, thank you. And he kind of smiles and gives her a small pat on the shoulder.
And then she gives you a pat on the shoulder in the same way as if mimicking you.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm kind of cool. Anyways, let's get going. And then he goes to...
Lawrence just
You
mutters,
are
what a
kinda cool.
Lawrence mutters, what a loser.
Lily chuckles. Yeah, fucking hell.
Echo goes to
He makes
open a
you
portal.
seem cool.
Lawrence actually laughs at that.
As Lawrence is laughing, Echo, he would raise his hand to open a portal to his room, but as he does so, he opens a portal right into the ice realm right in front of Lawrence's face and just goes to fill his mouth full of snow. Or blizzard, or whatever the hell it is.
You open an ice portal in front of Lawrence, and the wind just knocks him back, and he knocks the chair over behind him.
Wrong realm.
Oh.
Sorry, Lawrence.
Lawrence, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Terry. How do you think he'd know how to work that thing?
One thing I learned in engineering, it's, faulty rate is over 90%, kind of high. It's fine. And he opens a portal to his room.
That's awful. It's actually horrible.
10%, and he goes to dive through.
Triffany just goes to hop through. Giddy
Oh.
smile on her face.
Lawrence, I got so much inspiration from today, you wouldn't believe it.
Oh,
Did you know that the mixture of my powers and your magic made a fear disease?
What?
Oh yeah, you infected me, you little shit.
Whoa!
Run, Lawrence, run!
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about.
Your little fucking goop monster that jumped in the punch bowl, ruined my dress, and then scratched my face, gave me some sort of disease that I ended up like freaking out and having a cough over, and it
Lily.
blew up my whole fucking secret.
Lily, wait. It's not Lawrence's fault.
It is.
No, well, yes it is, but not just Lawrence's fault.
How so?
What's his name? Who's the guy who beat up Echo? Oh,
What, you
really obnoxious. Yeah, him. It's his fault.
Why?
What do you mean?
Oh, well, there I was, out late at night, having my day off. Nothing bad was supposed to happen. And then he assaulted me. Eugene. I'm pretty sure he did
Okay.
that thing where he copies my powers. And then he hit that little slime monster with his weird tentacles? Stabby things.
Oh, like his weird
I'm-
tattoo things.
Yeah, those. And I'm pretty sure that's where the little goo monster got my powers from. So it's Eugene's fault.
Wait, so he can give powers to other things?
I don't think that was the intent.
Huh. Well, I mean, either way, I'm inclined to believe you because, like, you know, that just means it's not my fault, so...
No, it's still your fault. I still blame you.
I don't know,
yeah, no,
I
it's
kind
still
of...
your fault, just not all your fault.
Well, I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Anyway, I'll just, you know, squeeze right through here and, hey, Joe. Just, you know...
Yeah, so magical disease, remember that? I'm gonna write it down on the chalkboard or whiteboard.
Yeah, by the way, that's terrifying. I'm not gonna think too hard about that. And he goes,
Okay, so I'll think for us. He's gone.
he steps through into Echo's dorm, which, you know, Echo, you've by now probably opened your door and are letting people
Yeah,
file out, and the portal's open. You're like, what are people doing in there?
Well, it's funny probably because Echoes were like, all right, everyone get out of my room, please, get out of my room, please.
Okay,
And then-
well, I have
What
a
a little
lot of, like,
worm.
thinking to do. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do now.
Yeah.
What a weird day.
Mm-mm-mm. And all the rest of you end up piling into the portal and exiting Echo's room.
As
Dey'ja Busters,
Lily-
go!
Dey'ja, I'll get the group chat started. Don't worry. As Lily leaves the room, she does mutter, like, looking around his room, because this is the first time she's been in it. Ugh, he's a fucking banjo player? That tracks.
you guys would actually see that there is what looks to be like a blaster on his desk that's taken apart. It's like this long ass rifle taken apart and used for scraps. But he'd be like ushering everyone out, like, oh no.
This is embarrassing. Everybody's in your room. They can see
Yeah.
things. They can see how you've got fucking underwear and socks everywhere in the room that you don't clean after yourself.
r/male living spaces.
Yeah, you know, after you guys all file out of Echo's room, you all, you know, go to do your own stuff for the rest of that day, mull over what was talked about, and the weeks leading up to midterms fly by. Before you know it, you all are met with the mock combat drills that Nightwalker had mentioned the crime-fighting force has to complete. If any of you practiced your combat stances and procedure together during the passing weeks, you may spend team from the pool to help one another with your scores. From last time, you guys have 3 team to spend. So now, I want all of you to test for danger.
Harry definitely didn't do that.
Okay? Then we'll have yours first. Go ahead and roll for danger, Kai.
Danger.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh,
Oh,
Scabadoo.
I'm a
that's...
dangerous man with some money in my pocket.
goddamn.
God, yeah, you did amazing. You passed with flying colors in your danger test, which, I mean, you're good at kicking the shit out of people. You know how to fight, and you've only gotten better since you've come to the school. So you pass with flying colors. You can either mark 1 potential, or you can shift danger up and any other labeled down. Your choice.
Imagine thinking I need to take a potential when I fail all the time.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I did fill potential last time.
Oh, actually, your danger is maxed out, so I guess you do get
Oh.
potential.
Oh no, it was at 2.
Oh, it was at 2. Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. What did you shift down?
Mundane.
Okay, good to know. All right, yeah. You took a little bit of time, studying and practicing rather than like hanging out with people. It makes sense. All right, who wants to take their danger test next? It's
Who's
much
gonna
easier
go
to do it one
after
time.
me?
Would you say, Nicole?
I said me. I need to know if I can redeem myself.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Roll for danger.
Full hit.
Yo, there you go.
Easy.
It's getting more and more embarrassing for the first person that fails.
Yeah, oh god.
Oh god, oh no.
All right, yeah.
I'll do it next. I'll do it next.
All right, Alex, once again, you pass with flying colors. You specifically, during the course of the year, you have wanted to rely on your powers less, and especially when you met with the club that was teaching, women in the school how to fight and how to defend themselves. You ended up attending a few of those lessons, and yeah, you are very capable of handling, hand-to-hand combat at this point, which was only compounded with your fight with Gabe, since there was a little bit of everything. So you also pass with flying colors. You can either mark one potential or shift danger up and anything else down.
Full hit gang. High five.
Oh, mark potential.
All right. Dey'ja, you said you want to go next.
Yeah, how does the team bonus thing work again for studying?
Basically, if you can get someone else to corroborate that they helped you practice, then you can get a +1 from the team pool.
Okay.
And you can get
But that's
+1.
the spend team, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna ask about fighting Priscilla, if that counts as training.
Yeah, I'd count
but
that.
if it
I
has
would
to-
count that.
Does anyone mind if I spend? What are the other two? What's your guys' danger? Anyone
I'm at-
really need to
I'm at-
spend some shit?
Yeah, I'm at 0, so we have 3
Okay.
points, don't we? So we can all take 1.
We could all take one. Let's do that then.
Okay.
I always forget. Do I do +1, or do I do? Oh yeah, that is actually a good question. Do I have to say I'm using the bonus before the roll or after?
Let me see here. I think you might actually be allowed to use it after.
Because I mean, usual team you can. I just didn't know if this was a different case.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can. I'm pretty sure you can
Okay.
on these rolls too.
Cool. Then I'll just
Roll it and see. Okay, yeah.
hit. I would have to do
Yeah,
two
you'd have to
get
do
the
2
full
to
hit,
get the full
so
hit.
that's not really worth it.
Okay. Then yeah. On a 7 to 9, you did all right, but you had to sacrifice something to make the cut. You can choose one.
Oh,
You either disappointed an adult, which gives...
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
Oh, yeah. I'll still read them out for the people that can't see. The viewers at home.
Yeah.
You either disappointed an adult, give an adult influence over you. You sacrificed your social life, give a teammate or NPC influence out of guilt. You lost a responsibility, or you hurt your academic standing. Which are a little more complicated, those two are. Can I ask what responsibility it'd be before deciding to do that, or do I just have to decide that one? Well, I would be deciding the responsibility, but in
I
terms
think
of
I just might do that one because that'd be most fun. I think.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I can think of what that'll be. So we won't go over that yet. I know what that's gonna be.
Okay.
But you did pass. So good. Alright. Joe, Echo, which one of you want to go next? We also still have 3 team in the pool, so if one of you ends up needing to spend 2, you can.
I thought Lily
Okay.
took 1, so wouldn't it be 2?
No, she didn't take one.
No.
Oh.
Alright,
Because
Joe.
you can decide after, and I would have needed to take 2 to change the result, so I just didn't.
Alright, Joe, roll for danger.
Good luck. Oh,
You
Well-
can take 1, I think, right? To make it at least a hit.
Yeah, you've got +1 team. So, how did Joe practice for this? What did Joe do to get ready for the mock combat?
Will, I'm
Found
sending you
Nelson
my
and did some
energy so you
training.
join full hit. I want you to hit full hit gang. Come on, Will.
Come
Join
on,
us in
please.
full hit gang.
Yeah, I need that energy.
Channeling full hit gang energy.
All right. Well, in tracking down Nelson and being able to train with him, you're thankfully able to get that +1 to push you into the 7 to 9 range, which is definitely better than failing. I see you type in here, so I'll wait before I continue.
The Nelson effect.
Yeah, so in doing some combat training with Nelson in order to get more used to it, again, you did all right, but you had to sacrifice something like last time. Because last time, you also had this. You had to, I guess you missed fully last time. It was one of you who missed, but I think, no. Last time it was Alex who missed, and you disappointed an adult. Because you disappointed your history teacher, but you still ended up
no, Alex did that. I thought she had to have the talk with the funny gold man.
Yeah, but Alex had the people who care about you will come down on you, so she also had her family coming down on her. So that basically means Joe failed the history test but passed every other test, and Alex just kind of was failing in general. But either way, with this specific test, because this isn't like a bunch of standardized subjects, on the combat test, you did all right, but you had to sacrifice something. So, yeah, what do you want to sacrifice this time in order to do all this physical training with Nelson and the gang? Okay,
He's on the chopping block.
You want to are you saying you want to sacrifice your social life? And this could be a teammate or an NPC that you give influence to. Let me check your sheet real quick. Yeah, you could either be influenced by Aiden or Alex. I think those two make sense. I mean, Aiden is around the club, so if you want to say Alex for, you've been doing club stuff and haven't been able to hang out. Okay, then yeah, you can give influence to Alex, so you're now influenced by her, and Nicole put on Alex's sheet, you have influence over Joe. So now you guys have influence over each other, so we'll see if you guys end up spending that at some point. Alright. Finally. Will, it's your turn. You have 2 team that you're going to be allowed to spend.
Alright, I'm gonna roll and we'll see what happens, shall we?
Full hit gang. Full hit gang.
Full hit gang. Full hit gang. Because it needs to be 10 to be a full hit, right?
Yep.
It needs to be full hit to be full hit. Full hit gang.
Full hit gang.
Full hit.
No.
Well, hey, at least you can get a partial hit and not just totally fail.
Yeah.
God, I'm spending 2 of our team just to get a partial hit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know,
Ugh.
yeah.
You might as
Alright.
well just let it sit, right?
Well, yeah, Echo, once again, you did all right, but you're gonna have to sacrifice something in order to make the cut for the mock combat. So, first of all, what practice did you do for this +2 that brings you up to an 8? What practice did you do for your combat stuff?
Morning stuff with Nelson, he still does.
Okay.
As well as the stuff with Alex, he did.
At some point, Nelson definitely would have offered to try to get Echo and Joe to train together, which I assumed they would have turned down, but he very much was trying to be like, maybe we could all 3 train. You're both like, no, I don't think so.
We're good, yeah. No.
So, but he's going around and just training with people, doing what he can during his free time. Probably Echo in the morning and Joe in the evening. You guys are having to split custody.
I was gonna say because he feels like I guess because he was like training so hard and he kind of feels like he let. Can I give influence to Nelson because he feels like he kind of let him down?
Let's see. Does Nelson not already have influence over you?
He does not.
Then yeah. Well. So what's your reasoning for that again?
He feels like he let him down because he's been training him so hard. Then he gets his test back and he's like,
Okay, like you're saying like you did all right, but you were like, oh, I've been training so hard, I should have gotten like a perfect score, and I didn't. So like you're like, I didn't really. I feel like I've not been taking training with Nelson seriously enough. I get you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can give influence to Nelson.
That's a powerful statement.
There
Giving influence to Nelson is such a powerful statement, though.
it is. Yeah, and you're up to 5 influence. I mean, you're doing
my
great.
Glob.
Nice.
All right. Well, with all of that, you all have, for better or worse, you've all passed your danger tests. So, this is a nice milestone getting close to the end of this semester, because even though the road for some of you was a little bit rocky, at the end of it all, you have all learned how to fight. You came into this school as superpowered teenagers, and, that's basically it. Just because you have superpowers, you don't know how to fight or defend yourself, properly or otherwise. But at this point, you all have been trained, especially under Nightwalker's strict and watchful eye, on how to fight, defend yourselves, defend others, disarm, get weapons out of people's hands. You're not masters of it, but you're definitely much better than a regular teenager should be with, hand-to-hand combat. And as we move ever closer to midterms, next time it is going to be time for midterms to start. We are going to be taking our wonderful final tests for the end of the semester. And now that we've reached this good point at the end of the session, it's time for our end of session moves. So, Will, with Echo, and this is going to include last session for you guys.
Okay.
So, what do you think of this past, the past couple of weeks leading up to midterms for Echo's situation? How do you feel about what he's been going through?
He's been going through some rough times. That stuff with Joe hasn't been it hasn't reached a resolution yet, and it's eating at him a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this whole thing with Lily's kind of like, he's like, why? You've been nothing but an asshole to me. Why am I helping her? Because he kind of just feels like he has to for some reason. He's just trying to figure that out. Yeah, that's really it. I don't exactly know. He hasn't really grown closer to the team.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't really grown into his own image for himself, but he also hasn't really grown away from people. He hasn't really fit into any of these.
Grown further away than you already can.
Exactly. He's kind of in this limbo. I can't really pick any of these.
Well, growing into your image of yourself, once again, reminder, that does not mean growing into who you want to be. That means, hey, this is what you currently think of yourself, even if it's different from what you want to be. So if you're not feeling, like, as an example, and this might not be your example, but, like, if Echo is feeling like, man, I'm having to deal with a lot of issues I didn't have to deal with back at home. These are very mundane issues I've been dealing with. You could bump mundane up and something else down.
Yeah, I think I'll do that then, actually, because that makes sense, because he is dealing with very mundane issues that he didn't. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Then what would you want to bump down to bump mundane up?
Probably danger, because he did kind of bad on his test.
Okay. Yeah, go for it then.
Alright, cool. There we go.
Alright. Next up, Nicole.
Yes.
What do you think about Alex over these past couple of weeks?
I'm kind of inclined to say that she feels like she grew closer to Lily just because of this last interaction. She never would have expected to be included in this discussion, in this group.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, you can, if you want to do this, you can give influence to Lily and either clear a condition or mark potential.
I will give her influenced, and I will remove one of the 3 conditions I currently have.
Good idea.
I'll remove angry.
Makes sense. All right. Next up, it's Kyler Wilson.
Ooh, my name. Ooh.
How's Terry feeling? Well, I guess Kai's
Okay,
fucking
I'm fine.
dead.
I'm fine. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I was doing a bit. Firstly, more importantly than Terry, fuck that guy. Can we roll for rumors?
And, you know what? Let's roll for rumors after these moves are done.
Okay, cool.
I already rolled last session. I'm not doing this. So.
This is being part of the Dey'ja Busters is in fact the first time Terry has been part of a club ever, or any group. I guess do criminals count? Is that a group? Like I don't really think you consider that like a
yeah.
fun
You probably
group to be a part of.
you probably don't feel like that very good about any of that.
Wow, I get to be around Pincer and Maul all the time. Fantastic! I'm having such a good no.
And the
I do not consider
conductor.
that a
Don't
fun
forget
group.
him.
That didn't happen as much, thank God. So, first time he's been part of a group. This is Lily's fault. He's grown closer to Lily by proxy.
Okay. So you want to give Lily influence over you?
Yes, in clear conditions. Is that how that works?
Yes.
Cool. He's slightly less angry, so I'm gonna clear angry. He'll be angry again next session.
Now you're
I
just
promise.
hopeless.
Yeah, honest. If that one ever gets cleared, I'd be very surprised. There we go.
All right. Yeah, Lily's getting influence over everybody now. All right. Well, speaking of, next up, Dey'ja.
That's me.
You've got a lot to work with here.
I do think, as funny as it is that people are giving me influence, I do think I'm gonna choose grow into image of myself. Because I think mostly after, you know, Seeker getting blown up and shit, I feel like I have to do freak up mundane down.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. All right. And with that shift, we can also talk about your other end of session move.
Yes. I think I did, in fact, you know, make progress towards, you know, learning how to defeat my doom.
Yes, this was a very big plot point for you.
Big point, big day.
Yes. And when you make progress, reminder, what do you do? Is it just unmarking a doom track?
No, I think I just don't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Let me check. I'm pretty sure I just sit here and smile. I'm looking.
Yeah, no, you get to mark potential.
Do I? Where?
It's below Nemesis. On the right side.
Oh, yeah. I probably haven't been doing that. But that's fine.
That's
We
fine.
already get potential. Do I even get potential? I thought you said we froze it.
It's freezing after this session.
Oh, okay.
Which, yes, as once again an official note, after this session until the end of the semester, potential is being frozen. For, you know, important reasons. Because I also, you know, I don't want to
Interesting.
escalate you guys too much, but also the next things will be happening in very quick succession. So you guys were learning up to this point, and now we're going to see how you do in your current states. But, final person, Chloe. How does Joe feel, and how do you feel about Joe over these past couple of weeks? You know, again, growing closer to the team, growing away from the team, or finding an image of himself based on what events have gone on. Oh, you also actually said everyone's giving Lily influence. I know I am. So I assume just, yeah. I mean, that is true. After homecoming, you guys wanted to wait a little bit, but this is another instance of growing closer, so that would make sense. Easy. So yeah, you can give Lily influence, and either clear a condition or mark potential. Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because you were like, yeah, I only need one more potential to level up, and I was like, oh, you'll have to get it next session, and that's one free potential for you. So yeah, you get to level up there. You get another advancement. Alright. Well, as a final thing, yeah, Terry, you want to put your ear to the ground and listen for some rumors?
Of course. I roll mundane, right?
Yes.
This is the most important part of my entire life.
Joe, you can go ahead too.
Do you know why I do this every single time?
Why?
Specifically, I have -2 mundane, and I try to tank Terry's reputation as much as humanly possible.
Well,
It's the funniest thing ever.
We've already seen part of what that has wrought upon you.
Yeah, you got attacked.
It's just gonna keep getting worse. It's gonna be better and better.
You were attacked by a child.
Give me a 3. Give me a 3. Give me a 3. Give me a 3. Damn it!
Not as well. Why not?
You got
Yeah,
a 7.
fuck it.
Sorry about you.
It makes sense. Lily would want to know what people are talking about her about. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm
Yeah,
never
that
rolling
makes
for rumors
sense.
again.
Will's terrified of rumors.
I hate them so much.
Okay.
My reputation.
And -2 on mundane, I still got a 9, thank God.
And none of you got very good rolls, so you're not going to get to know much outside of the base rumor itself. Because reminder, if you get a full hit on these, you get to ask follow-up questions and learn a little more about the rumor other than just hearing it. So let's see.
I'm ready to type the rumors.
Well, let's start with the obvious one. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Lily, I mean, what's there to say? The whole school is talking about what happened. They all know you are haunted and cursed, and it's as bad as it could possibly be. Like there are some people that are definitely staying away from you. Let's see here.
Pariah time. Let's go. Welcome to the gang.
Joe. Let's see. There's a rumor about you going around. What's the rumor about Joe? I think you can share this one with Echo. I think that people are definitely still talking about what happened between you two. And it's just been very awkward. People are talking about hey, are those two talking? Are they still in a fight? And people are starting to spread rumors. First of all, about Echo, that people had noticed the issue with you and Kinsey being involved. So there are a lot of people talking about how Echo's totally moved on. He's dating Kinsey now, isn't he? So that's what people are saying about Echo.
Oh no.
And with Joe, people are talking about Joe and are like, well, I mean, Joe is too cool for Echo. Surely Joe's also moved on, right? And people are spreading rumors around that Joe's actually started flirting and seeing Nelson. Because you've been spending a lot of time with him.
No.
All right. Terry. The rumor isn't about you this time, which is good. And Alex, I'll also roll yours into the same one as Terry's. Let me check my resources real quick. What rumor do you two hear? Let's see.
What a powerful.
The both of you are starting to hear rumors about the top 3 at the school. That being Lucas Gray, aka Starlight, Zaina Puri, aka Sweet Step, and Furin, aka Wind Chime, the 3 that were at the top of the student council, and they are currently 3rd years and at the top of their class. These 3 are, basically professional level heroes that just haven't been graduated and, don't have their final licenses yet.
Yeah, they're just young.
They're just young, and they're very, very good at what they do. But you're starting to hear rumors that they've gotten wrapped up into something complicated, and they've, maybe been talking to the faculty about it, but everyone around the school is like, oh, what have they been doing? Like, have they actually gotten into some kind of work? It seems pretty dangerous. And people actually haven't seen Starlight around school for these last couple of weeks of the semester.
Ruh-roh.
Alright. Yeah, and with those rumors done, we can check out the little funny document and see everything there.
Hang on.
And what rumor are we on the list right now?
I haven't updated it yet. Hang on. Okay. There.
Punished fart box.
I'm so good at typing these.
Put these on the screen here for us.
Can someone read out loud Lily's, please? The first
I'll
of the
read
last
them out.
3.
The entire school saw Lily go full-on poltergeist. There's even a rumor that she started puking pea soup, but that's an exaggeration, right? Better steer clear just to be safe. Okay.
I swear
Like
to
in
God,
the Poltergeist, that's how they did it.
That is the thing in Poltergeist. That is
you
the thing.
doing Gamer Watch has like given you like a special power.
I
Gamer
really
Watch energy.
honed the craft of turning my brain off and typing the dumbest thing.
I'll read the others while we're here. Joe and Echo are still beefing. Echo seems to have moved on and bagged himself a new squeeze, Kenzie. Meanwhile, Joe isn't one to be left behind either. He's been sneaking around with Nelson Boyle. Scandalous! And then finally, the top 3 of Star Heights, Starlight, Sweet Step, and Wind Chime, seem to be knee-deep in some complicated business. In fact, Starlight has been AWOL for a few weeks now. Is he okay? Is he dead? Who knows? And with those rumors, we'll close out. Next time, midterms begin.